Hey everyone. My name is Andrea Hubbard and I am the founder of Hub and Company. You can think of me as your ride or die sidekick who will help you with copywriting or public relations strategy. Thank you for being here today as we go through honing your brand strategy. All right, I have a big question for you. What are your vision and mission for your business? I know you're probably like, yo, Andrea, we just met. True, but that's how I roll. So let's jump right into it. People often mix up the two terms, mission and vision. However, what you need to know is that a short vision statement is usually one sentence or even just a few words that tell the high level aspiration of your business, the what you want to do. Your mission statement can be a tiny bit longer, preferably just a few sentences at most, offering a little more information about your company's purpose, the how you'll do it. And I have a few examples for you. Google, for example, has the vision of organizing the world's information, make it universally accessible, acceptable, and useful. Amazon's vision is to be Earth's most customer-centric company, to build a place where people can come to find and discover anything they might want to buy online. Totally aspirational, but we can all see this coming true, right? And then Nike's vision is to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world, the aspiration being every athlete. And then if we look at some mission statements, McDonald's to provide the fast customer experience with food prepared in the same high quality manner worldwide that is tasty, reasonably priced, and delivered. How are they going to live up to the vision that they've set for their business? They are going to make sure that there is complete consistency in every franchise that they have. And then Starbucks has the mission of to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, one neighborhood at a time. So their how is every individual is a different person, which is a different opportunity. So, as you think about those, right, and you listen to them and you see how lofty some of them are, I'm sure that you were able to recognize four key elements within all of them. One of them is that they were specific. They avoided language that is vague or that didn't really tell the customer anything. They were concise, so there was no fluff. Every word in the mission statement and every word in yours should mean something. So if it doesn't, cut it out, as in take it out, not stop it. Although I guess that's the same thing. They were clear, so no matter how clever or artistic your idea may be, it needs to be clear and easy to understand. And the fourth is that they were exciting, right? The aspirational ones, the vision statements, they kind of gave you some chills a little bit, right? Especially as you see them coming true. So, they really need to get the reader excited. So try telling a story or inspiring emotion or sparking some interest in your mission and vision statement, especially if you're going to make them public, but even for your internal use. You want them to be motivators. So our second step in honing our brand strategy is looking at the unique value prop that you have for your business. No matter what product you're selling and to which market you're selling it, there are other companies you're competing with, and you need to stand out. You want your market to think of you when they need your products and services. I know, duh, right? If you create a good, unique value prop supported by clear vision and mission statements, they will stick and you will be top of mind for your audience. So let's look at a baseline. Do you already have a unique value prop? What is it? Can you write it down? Can you write it down right now? Can you stop this video and actually write it down? If not, well, that's fine. I'm going to help you craft one. And if you have one, think about how effective you think it is right now. This is going to be your baseline. And then anything you do from now forward based on what I'm going to recommend will just help you to get more clear and be more concise and help your audience to understand better why you are the one for them. So the next thing we're going to do is conduct a SWOT analysis, which is an important business foundation. Unfortunately, this is not something you can call in Colin Farrell and Samuel L. Jackson and the rest of the quote unquote SWAT team from the movies. This is something that you'll need to address yourself. So start by looking at the strengths, the strongest qualities within your business. There are tangible and intangible attributes, so write them down. And a good way to brainstorm your strengths is to look at areas where you excel over your competitors. So look at things that are helpful and internal. Where are you doing really good things? Where are you excelling over the competition? And I know the competition is an external thing, but what I mean by that is look at some of your internal processes, systems, products, etc., and how are you beating others? Your weaknesses are qualities that are under control but stand in the way of achieving your goals or gaining a competitive advantage. So try to make an honest assessment and don't let pride get in the way. Identifying these areas of weakness is the first step in improving them. So what are the harmful things within your own business? Opportunities are external factors that keep your business running or could potentially help it grow. So this is really the exciting part of the SWOT analysis because it shows you areas where you can profit more. So look at the things that are helpful from an external perspective. And then the fourth area are threats, which are external factors, just like opportunities, but they pose a risk or could potentially hurt the future of your business. So although negative, threats could excite you because they indicate a clear direction to go. They show you how you can immediately improve your circumstances and gain an advantage. So they are currently things that you might consider harmful to your business from an external perspective. So let's give an example of this. A strength could be that you are really good at systems and processes. So every time you bring on a new client, the whole onboarding process is seamless. It runs on its own. That's a strength. A weakness could be that while you have a great system and process in place, you may not be very good at what happens afterward. So maybe after the project is done, after the job is done, you might not have a great offboarding process. Opportunity could be that you know within your market there are, I don't know, making this up, there are new tools that are popping up that help people with customer retention. And so you might be able to use one of those tools to help you with your offboarding process. And then a threat could be that until you get your offboarding process nailed down, you have competitors who are really good at both onboarding and offboarding, and they might be able to take business from you because your client, somebody who bought from you once might not want to buy from you again because of the offboarding experience. So that's just an example of how to think through your SWOT. Then the next thing you'll need to do is understand the people in your target market at an individual level. So this means not as a mass of demographic statistics, but as actual human beings. Your unique value prop needs to appeal to their needs and desires as well as their frustrations and worries and problems and pain points. So when you connect in this way, you create an emotional bond. So gather research, listen to your customers, and engage in conversation. Join forums, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, whatever it might be. Do some Twitter searches, set up some Google alerts, join conversations on Clubhouse. Wherever your people are, go there and listen. And remember to document your observations. So you might be wondering, Andrea, what in the world makes up a good, unique value prop? Great question. Here's a little bit of the secret sauce, which you're going to use your SWOT analysis. You're going to use the research that we just talked about, where you're listening into what your ideal audience is saying, and you're going to put that together to create a really strong, unique value prop that specifically addresses the needs of your market. So it should be something that they can't live without, that solves their problems or makes their lives easier. It's got to be memorable. So it has to stick in their minds so that you're the one they think of when they need your product or service. It connects with your buyers emotionally. So a good UVP will speak to their fears, worries, desires, frustrations. It doesn't have to be a negative statement, but it will speak to those things. And when all is said and done, it tells people why you're different. Ooh, the third step in the process of honing our brand strategy is one of my favorites. It is all about core business values. Strong core values are the glue that holds a business together. It allows for any business to thrive in a day-to-day circumstance and stay true to its unique mission. So it underpins the business model and affects every area of operation. It's no exaggeration to say that they can, being core business values, be the key to whether your business succeeds or fails. And every business needs to identify its core business values and make sure they're reflected in all aspects of operation. So doing this offers a wide range of benefits that include better branding, improved customer service, and a business that runs more effectively. So no matter what trends in the market come and go or economic changes occur, core values don't change. For example, if having strict quality standards is a core value to your business, you won't cut corners during an economic downturn. To understand the core values and how they work, let's look at a real life example. And this is from 1982, but I think it's a great example. In 82, Johnson & Johnson began receiving reports from customers that its product, Tylenol, was causing cyanide poisoning. Even though Tylenol was one of its major products, the company carried out a recall that cost it around $100 million at that time. The company's number one core value was its responsibility towards its customers, so the recall, although costing a lot of money, protected Johnson & Johnson's reputation as a customer-oriented business and earned it a great deal of respect. And of course, it's memorable because, I'm still talking about this now, even though I was only a child then, but I'm still talking about it now. So sticking to your core business values is going to go much further than almost anything else that you can say or do. So some core values are strong and effective in building a business foundation, as we just said. Others fizzle out over time. So the difference is that strong core business values are sustainable, so they can be applied to any business and maintained over time. So any business that you start, your values should be transferable because they're core. They are core to you, especially as a solopreneur or a small business owner, because you typically are your business. They are constant. So regardless of whatever happens, there are core values that can be consistently applied. They are motivating. So these values motivate your employees and create a positive culture within the company. Your employees want to support the values wholeheartedly because they hold the same values. They are personal, so they reflect your personal beliefs and your personal values, and they're applicable. These values can be and are reflected in the actions of the company. And they tend to fall into 4 categories. So under people, you're going to look for areas of excellence among your employees, or look at how your company interacts with the community or your business partners. What beliefs and convictions drive those interactions? Products, some of your core values concern innovation, creativity, the level of quality, or the impact of a product or service on the lives of others. So that's how your core values fit into your product suite. From a customer perspective, your core values that relate to customers' core values could include the level of customer service or the level of customer involvement in the organization. So, you have to think about it. Are your core values those that would instill interaction or involvement from your customer base? And I have an example of that coming up. And they fall into the process bucket, which is your company's values may define the way you do things. It may define your processes, such as product development or communications. So core values don't always fall neatly into one of these categories. There may be some overlap, and that's totally fine. Now, I know that I've said this a few times already, but I think it's important to remember that a company's core values are not arbitrary, and they're also not hypothetical, right? You're not pulling something out of the air. You can't choose to value something that you don't already practice or believe in, because there's going to be a misalignment in the way you act, the things that you do, because you don't really hold those values true. So enough with the public service announcement. Before you go off and create or update your values, I'd be remiss if I didn't offer clear-cut descriptions of what they are and aren't. So core business values are unique and definitive. Your core values define how your business is different from other businesses similar to yours. Simple and clear. They should be stated in as simple, clear, and easy to understand language as possible. They are guidelines for decision making, so your core values aren't nebulous ideas, but concrete standards that are comprehensive enough to be used in day-to-day decision making. They're foundational, so you should narrow your core values down to only the few that underlie the very foundation of your business, and they are ideal but practical. So your core values identify the ideals behind your business, but they must also be seen in practice. Otherwise, they really don't mean anything. So they are not slogans, buzzwords, or catchphrases. Don't use words or phrases that sound good but are ultimately meaningless. And don't use an idea that's a passing trend. They are not descriptive. Core values don't describe what you do. They describe the reasons behind what you do. And they are not generic. Your core values shouldn't be applicable to any company. Make them specific enough to set your business apart. All right, yahoo! We're on to the fourth and final step in honing our brand strategy. So here's where you're going to consider your market's response to your brand. Before we go any further, though, I think it needs to be said that your brand isn't what you say it is. Not at all. It's what your audience says it is. So let that marinate for a minute. Yeah, but ready for some good news? You can impact their perception through all of the things we've discussed earlier. So start by thinking about the words you want someone to use when talking about your brand, and then acting in alignment with that, right? So we talked about the vision, we talked about the mission, we talked about, we talked about your value prop, we talked about your core values. How are you going to distill all of that down into 3 attributes? They don't have to be verbalized, but the way you want people to see you and the way you want people to talk about you in whatever words they're using. What are the 3 attributes you want to be consistently seen as known for? Think about those. Really give some time into that. This is just a sampling of adjectives. I mean, there's many more, and you can think about the ones that make the most sense for you, but I would definitely distill it down to no more than 3. And as an example, here are mine: Hub and Company is known for being bold, real, and collaborative. And here's what I mean when I say these words, because I know you're thinking, Andrea, you just said that they shouldn't be generic. Okay, what I mean is that they shouldn't be generic in execution. So when I say bold, for me, bold means taking action. I want to be known for somebody who takes action, and I want to attract other people who are action takers. I want to be real. Real as in genuine. I want every single interaction that anybody has with me, whether they're a client or not, to be consistent. There's no hiding. You get what you get every single time. And then I also want to be known for being collaborative. So I want to be a partner to my clients. I want to help figure it out together. I want to co-create the solution together. I do not want to be seen as a guru. So bold, real, and collaborative are my attributes that I want to be known for. So what are the ones that you want your business to be known for? And so we're putting it all together. When you think about your mission and vision, what is the gap in the market that you're filling, and how are you going to do it? Your value prop is why you're the one to do it. Your core business values are how you'll show up every single day. And then your brand perception, or the what you want to be known for, is how your market is responding to all of the other things that we've talked about under honing your brand strategy. There you have it. You are well on your way to creating your very own cult-like brand.